And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. Week 3 of the postseason. Is our annual Masters tournament. This year, the finals is coming from Town and Country Lanes in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. We are down to our final 3. Now, the Masters tournament is set up similar to the USBC Masters. So the first match that you're going to see is the finals of our consolation bracket. And it's a 2-game match. The winner of that will take on the winner of the winners bracket. And the winner, the person who won the winners bracket, only has to win once. For the person who wins the consolation bracket, in order for them to win the tournament, they will have to beat the person who won the winners bracket twice. So we are just about ready to introduce our final 3 bowlers. We will hand it off to Matt right now.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Town and Country Lanes for the semifinal match and the title matches of our 2021 7th Annual PJBT Masters Tournament. We are down to 3 bowlers in each division. I will introduce our 2 semifinalists who will be bowling their contenders bracket match first. 2-game match, single. At this point, it would be elimination for one of them to finish third, and then that bowler who wins will take on the top seed and need to beat them twice to win the title. Okay, we'll start with the scratch division. Our semifinal match will be the number 3 seed from Saturday from Forest Hill, Maryland, Logan Chappell.
Okay, we got Logan Chappell, the first of our semifinalists.
And his opponent in the semifinal match are number 4 seed from Du Bois, PA, Antonio Willer.
Antonio Willer is our other semifinalist. They were the number 3 and number 4 seeds.
And the winner of that match will take on our tournament leader. He is advanced to the title match. He needs to be beat twice to lose today, and he was the tournament leader from yesterday, from Douglasville, PA, Alex Horton.
And Alex Horton is the top seed.
That's a nice name for our 3 scratch finalists for today's Masters.
He was the overall number 1 seed after qualification.
Okay, now it is time to introduce our 3 handicap finalists for our semifinal. Our number 2 seed from yesterday, from Freeland, PA, Andrew Barron.
Andrew Barron, our first semifinalist in the handicap side.
And his opponent will be our number 13 seed from Plymouth, PA, Kyle Thomas.
Kyle Thomas, the other semifinalist. He's the number 13 seed.
Another 2-game match will take on our tournament leader. And he is the tournament leader also from yesterday, from Freeland, PA, Evan Pekoski.
Evan Pekoski is your overall leader in the handicap division.
Applause for our 3 handicap finalists for today's Masters match.
Interestingly enough, Evan was also the number 1 seed after yesterday's qualifying, so I believe this is the first time.
Our contenders bracket match.
I believe this is the first time in PJBT Masters history that the 2 number 1 seeds from Saturday made it through the winners bracket on Sunday. So we got the 3 versus the 4 on the scratch side, and we got the 2 versus the 13 on the handicap side.
Lane 4. The famous lane 4. Okay. Oh, we're not on practice. You need them on practice.
So the handicap will be on the left. Scratch will be on the right. Then they will flip-flop, and if we have to have another match, we'll flip-flop again. And Mr. Chappell is sitting to my right, shaking his head as if he agrees with me. Like, I do. Like he's saying, yes, Fats, you got that one right.
Yep. It
takes a minute, but it will come on.
So looking at our scratch bracket,
Hold on, I'll give you that one.
from yesterday, your top seed was Alex Horton. Your number 2 seed was Darren Zombro III. Number 3 seed was Logan Chappell. Your number 4 seed was Antonio Willer. Number 5 seed was Ryan Miscavige. Your number 6 seed was Ty Cara. 7 seed was Mason Doan. 8 seed was Colby Bennett. 9 seed was Kristen Durr. 10 seed was Aaron Heckman. The 11 seed was Joey Ocello. 12 seed Matt Ward. 13 seed was Cole Oberst. 14 Richard Schweitzer Jr. 15 Brandon Updike. 16 seed Shane Matthews.
Excuse me, there's a ball stop on like 9 too. On 9
On the handicap side, Evan Pekoski was the number 1 seed. Andrew Barron was the number 2 seed. Allison Stakowitz was the number 3 seed. Joseph Enderly was the number 4 seed. Your number 5 seed is a little small for me to read. So let me put my magnifying glass on.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah. Okay, your number 5 seed was Amber Vanakout. Number 6 seed was Vinny Pacillo. 7 seed was Sydney Kleckner. 8 seed Brianna Palasic. 9 seed Jacob Perryman. 10 seed Rihanna Gonzalez. 11 seed Colby Schertzer. 12 seed Gary Leonard Jr. 13 seed Kyle Thomas. 14 seed Malia Briggs. 15 seed CJ Lobach.
Yep.
And your 16 seed
Wow.
Austin Knapp. So they were our 16 bowlers in each division that made it to the bracket today.
Did you call it down?
So this wraps up season 22 of the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour. Next week, we join up with our buddy Chuck Pisano in New Jersey for the best tournament at Laurel Lanes in Maple Shade. Not a PJBT event. So this wraps up season 22. Leo, the pattern that we used today was beaten path. Yesterday, for the first block of qualifying at Rose Bowl, we used Route 66. And the second block, which was here, we used Broadway. And today was beaten path. Usually the season starts the 3rd week of August. We will send out a schedule. We will certainly post it on our Facebook page. All right, down to Matt.
All right, bowling fans, time to begin our final contenders bracket match. The winner advances to the title match. The non-winner finishes 3rd in today's tournament. Scratch division is on your right. We have number 3 seed Logan Chappell taking on number 4 seed Antonio Willer. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed Andrew Barron getting 30 pins handicap, taking on number 13 seed Kyle Thomas getting 18 pins. Okay? All right, bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our semifinal matches.
All right, off we go to the semifinals. Do not forget, these are 2-game matches. 2-game matches, so not single game.
Give us C6.
Click that, click off, click.
All right, off we go. Forget handicap on the left, scratch on the right. Logan Chappell up first.
That's
7 pin. Andrew Barron with a strike. Logan and Andrew were in the finals of the winners bracket. Was Kyle Thomas leaving a 6 pin. Chappell makes a spare. Same thing. Thomas with the spare. Thomas crosses over, leaves 310, baby split. First shot for Antonio is a strike. Hello, Mr. Lantern. Kyle gets 1 on his baby split.
yeah.
Antonio opening up with a double. Andrew crosses over, 139. Apple leaves a 10 pin. Apple. Barron did not make his spare. He crosses over again. And Logan wants to spin a pin halfway up. Barron crossed over, left to 610. Logan, by the way, keeps his parents kind of poor because he grows 2 inches every month or so. So they constantly got to buy him a new wardrobe. Ten pin.
Okay.
Andrew Barron did make his spare. Thomas crosses over, leaves a 10 pin. Kyle makes his 10 pin. So does Logan. Kyle makes his 610. Antonio up on 12, looking to start with a triple, and he does. Barron going high once again on the handicap side, leaves a 3 pin. Which he converts.
Back.
Front 4 for Antonio. Antonio, by the way, lost in round 1 as well, so he's worked his way through the contenders bracket. Logan tripping the 9. Andrew Barron struck in the 5th. Thomas now up. He's coming in high. He leaves the 3-6. Kyle makes his spare.
Yep.
Double up for Logan. Three, 6-10 for Kyle. See if Antonio can keep his streak going. He's on the front 4, looking for the front 5. Kyle makes his spare. Antonio, light hit 10 pin. Pin for Andrew. It was a good shot. Came in, creeped in a little high. Antonio picks up his spare. Andrew misses his 4-pin. That's a sign of... You see it a lot in the handicap division. They don't just take their time, take a breath, concentrate a little bit, make sure they hit their mark. Seven counts for both bowlers. Antonio leaving the 2-4-5. Andrew leaving the 6-9-10. So you could see the difference. Now, see, Andrew just got up. Didn't really take his time. Didn't set. Didn't take a breath. Just went up and bowled. See Antonio taking his time, concentrating on the shot. And both bowlers make their spares. Kyle Thomas with a strike in frame number 7. So Andrew's got, with his handicap, 125 in the 6th with the spare in the 7th. Kyle Thomas at 118 with the spare in the 6th. They strike in the 7th. Logan crossing over leaves the 5-9. Once again, our message board is live and operational. Should you wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from today. Kyle makes his spare in the 8th. Logan chops. So he's got 114 in the 6th on an open, and Antonio's got 126 in the 5th on a mark. So Antonio with about a 32-pin lead right now. Andrew Barron struck in the 8th.
Can I throw a different shot on 2 different rings? Okay.
You pay it back. Please get paid. Please go sit.
Andrew Barron, spare in the foundation frame 9th. Logan makes his spare in the 7th. Ten-pin for Kyle. Megan joining us today from Jim Thorpe. Thank you, Megan. Antonio striking the 7th. Kyle spared in the 9th. That's a pretty close match. Kyle gets the 10 out.
Shows what I know. So just remind me.
Nothing much. William, how are you?
Bracket takes 3 days. got to grind it during that.
Not on the table.
Good ball.
Antonio making his 10 pin. Kyle shoots 197 with his handicap. Game 1. Good game, only one open.
Then the ball.
Logan comes in a bit high, leaves himself the 4 pin. Logan misses his 4 pin. 202 for Andrew. So 5 pin lead for Andrew after game 1. Logan strikes in the 9th.
Yep. Kyle starts. Kyle starts. Sorry.
Antonio strikes in the 9th. Not on the table. Look, see how you're shaking my screen?
Yeah.
Antonio first strike in the 10th. Kyle missed a single pin in his first frame. Andrew struck. Five pin for Andrew. Double for Antonio's. Another strike here. Shoot 246. And that's what he shoots. Kyle leaves 2-8. Hello, Allison. Star of Team Fats. Oof. We've seen some of them at some very bad times today. By the way, former PJBT bowler Alexis Nair bowling on the women's tour yesterday, stoned an 8 to miss the step ladder. That's the ultimate bad break. So 190 for Logan, so he's got a little work to do.
Done that. The ball.
Yeah.
The ball.
479 for Antonio. And you're working off of a strike in the third. Leaves a 2-4.
Yes, nice.
Andrew made his spare. Antonio gets the 2. What's wrong? Kyle Thomas crossing over. 1-3-6-9.
Oh my.
Good start there by Logan. Kyle makes his spare.
Get paid.
2-8 for Logan. Andrew leaves a 6-10.
Get paid.
Logan gets 1. Andrew gets none. One 210 washout for Andrew. Antonio now up in the second. Back-to-back splits. Basically the same split. Up to 479 in the first.
Tell the mechanic to quit turning 13, 14 on. You know,
Ten. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
that's something you don't see too often, putting the 4 in front of the 9.
And it's
Kyle converts. Another 6-count spare. Andrew Barron opened in the 5th and 6th. Two, 4, 5 for Antonio. 3, 6, 10
yeah.
for Kyle.
Okay. Good shot. 6, 6. This week.
Call down. Pin in the gutter on 9. 7 pin side in front of the rake.
On 10.
10, lane 10. 7 pin. I got it. I got it.
You do 6. Yeah.
Call down to 1, 2 on 10.
That's a better shot for Antonio.
Then I love that. Oh my. is, yeah.
There's a double for Antonio.
Uh-oh, good job.
Nine pin for Logan.
You pit out.
Good shot there for Logan. In the sixth. And Antonio gets the 10 out. 3 in a row. Andrew goes Jersey in the 8th. Ten pin for Antonio. Kyle 9. Spare for Antonio in the 7th. Kyle missed the 4.
Yeah, and it. Yeah. Good shot.
Logan comes in high, 4, 6, 10. Reminder, we're bowling on beaten path right now. And after all the games that we bowled today, beaten path is pretty beaten up. Logan gets the 2. So he's running out of frames here. Best he could shoot is 194. And he lost the first by 56. So basically, Antonio needs to just keep it on the lane. Six pin for Antonio. Andrew Barron looks like he will be moving on to the finals. Remember, those that win here are going to have to beat their next opponent twice to take home the championship. The bowlers coming in only have to win once. Logan, after he throws his first shot, you could go.
Bah, come on.
Yeah. All right, 204 for Andrew. That gives him 406.
Six. Yep. Go to the box. 10. Good shot. Oh, okay.
$406,373.
78.
So 406, 373.
Whoa, whoa.
On the handicap side.
6. Oh, mama. She's 6. You gave 6.
Good job.
She's 6. She's 6.
And Antonio
428-339.
with a 428-339 victory over Logan Chapel. So that does it for our contenders bracket.
Fans time to give out our third place finisher awards. Finishing in third place in the scratch division, getting a $350 scholarship, goes to Logan Chapel.
Logan Chapel, third place.
And our handicap third place finisher, receiving a $300 scholarship certificate, goes to Kyle Thomas.
Keep that ass.
Kyle Thomas, third place handicap.
All right, on to our title matches. Gordon Willard, left pair. Evan and Andrew, right pair.
Good job over that. Good. Look this.
Okay, you're gonna have to move because Matt's gonna come in here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you for bowling. Good job.
So I lost first game king. I was right here. Feels good.
Yep, did great. It's a lot of bowling. Your arm's probably really tired.
I wonder why it's called black.
Antonio, he lost in round 1 too. Still here. You got a long ride home.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to play basketball.
He's driving. He's driving. So
Well, that's good. You could sleep.
Hey, Kyle.
don't worry, he'll probably get me next week when we go to Best.
Probably.
That was actually the idea. I made you do the drive to Philadelphia. I got leather seats, so it'll be better.
Got ya.
Okay, go ahead and begin your practice. Okay, thank you.
No touch.
Oh my. Good.
What did I say? So Matt's gonna come in here and sit.
Sounds good.
What did I say? Out. Out. Hey. Out.
CJ, come on. I gotta sit there.
Yeah.
Before you turn the mic back on, do you think it would be safer? Okay. Sit back there, buddy. Okay, bowling fans, it is time to begin our title match for the PJBT 7th Annual Masters event. On the spec side, we have top seed Alex Horton taking on number 4 seed Antonio Willer. 2-game match. If Alex wins, the tournament is over for scratch. If Antonio wins, they have to bowl a second round because Alex has to lose twice to lose the tournament. Okay? On the handicap side, same thing. We have tournament leader Evan Perkowski taking on number 2 seed Andrew Barron. 45 is the handicap for Evan, 30 for Andrew. If Evan wins, the tournament is over. If Andrew wins, they have to bowl a second 2-game match. Okay? Bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our final title matches for this year's Masters tournament.
All right, off we go.
All right.
One at a time, Evan's up.
All right, looks like Evan will be starting us off. Don't forget, we flip-flop now. Handicap is on the right. Scratch is on the left. Evan is getting 45 pins handicap each game. Andrew is getting 30. Evan starts out with a split. Alex, 7 pin. Six pin for Andrew. Alex makes his 7 pin. Andrew makes his 6 pin. So we're off and running. Hello, Austin. Antonio's first shot. Almost left the 7-10. 7 fell. 10 pin by itself. Andrew, 4 pin. Antonio makes his spare. Andrew does not. striking the second for Evan. Don't forget, this is the first of a 2-game match. Another 10-pin for Antonio. Didn't like the way that came off of his hand. Evan comes back with a double. One, 3 for Antonio. Back-to-back 10-pin conversions. Alex strike in the second. Andrew spare in the third. Are you ready?
I think so. Hello, bowling fans. It is kind of quiet in here today for the finals of the Masters. Our tournament leaders have put on a dominant performance in Alex Horton in scratch and Evan Perkowski in handicap. We'll see if they can win it out here.
Yes.
2-game match, total pins. If our tournament leaders win this first 2-game match, total pins, it is over. If the other bowler wins, we will go to a second 2-game match. It is a true Masters format.
Back-to-back 10 pins for Antonio to start off.
I'll also mention, maybe you mentioned it earlier on live stream, but don't forget, even though the PJBT season comes to a close today, at next weekend we have the $5,000 $5,000 best tournament with the Junior Bowlers Tour and Chuck Bazzano down at Laurel Lanes in Maple Shade, New Jersey. Not only will we give out $5,000 for the top bowler, but there's a top prize on Saturday of $1,000 for the high girl and a $1,000 first place prize for the handicap. Now let me point out, if you're to qualify for handicap, you had to qualify within a tournament or you had to declare bowling before this week from the PJBT. You cannot just enter the tournament in a handicap because everybody is scratch in the event. It just happens that the bowlers who qualified for the handicap division are in both divisions. Warm-up tournaments are Friday night, qualifying is Saturday, and our finals are on Sunday. And that will officially complete season 22 next weekend.
Another long weekend for us.
It is. But it is one of the best events, as it's called.
Yes.
No pun intended. Best event of the year. And it'll be really neat to have it again, being especially like this event, the Masters. Last weekend, you guys got to see championship weekend with the pro bowlers. Nice to have our events back after COVID, not having them in 2020. So hopefully, as we really get back to a norm here at the end of the bowling season for 2021, we'll start next year off back to normal, full-fledged.
Third Sunday in August?
That's the goal, third Sunday in August. After next weekend, I suggest our staff take a vacation. But it'll be for about 2 months.
Only if you're paying.
Yeah. Good shot there for Andrew Barron, puts up a double. Battle of Freeland in our handicap division. Freeland, PA, is going to take home the Masters title today. It's just a question of which one. Perkoski leaves the 3-9. Alex Horton with a strike. Looks like Alex has the early lead in the match, but it's pretty close yet. Again, 2-game matches, so anything can happen. Perkoski not able to convert his spare. Want to point out that these 4 bowlers are going to take home the top prizes of our over $7,000 prize list for this year's Masters tournament. Willard comes in high, and he late trips the 3. He's fortunate he didn't trip the 6 there and leave a baby split, but he leaves the makeable 6-10. Strike for Evan Perkoski.
If Antonio does end up winning, he will have bowled the maximum number of games. He fell into the contenders bracket right after round 1.
He did. He
Yes.
did. He lost his first match to number 13 seed Cole Oberst as the number 4, 370 to 348. And then, yes, came through the contenders bracket all the way from the first round of the contenders bracket. He defeated Matthew Ward, Ty Cara, Brandon Updike, Mason Doan, Darren Zombro III, and Logan Chappell, all to get to the title match. And you got to keep in mind, those are all 2-game matches. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. He is on his 15th game at the moment. So a true Masters format for our Masters final. I was joking with a handicap bowler earlier in that last match that the pro bowlers, they do 64 bowler double elimination bracket. So their bracket usually takes almost 3 days to do. So.
And they do 3-game matches.
What is it? Miller picks up his spare. Also want to point out not only our tournament leader Alex Horton in scratch, but he is also our defending champion. The last event we had for Masters was in 2019, and Alex won that event in 2019 at Rose Bowl. Finals were at Rose Bowl.
Alex threw that one through his break point. He's the 1-2-7. Evan with the double. Port makes his spare.
Perkoski leaves the 9 pin and the 9th frame, foundation 9th. So he can strike out for 212, and with his handicap, he would actually shoot 257. Andrew Barron can strike out for 222, and 30 is 252. So both of our handicap bowlers got some pretty good games going here with their handicap. But the match, the game, I should say, at least game one of the match is still up for grabs. Barron comes in high, 6'10". Meanwhile, on the scratch side, Willer strikes on the right lane. He's now up in the left. Leaves the 10 pin. Barron picks up his spare. One thing I want to say about Antonio Willer, I have not seen him at one of our events in a couple of months. He really looks like he's worked on his timing.
Yes.
He really slowed the ball down, and ironically, that plays into his hands in these tougher patterns, because when you can slow the ball speed down, you have more control over where how you can face the ball up at your break point. So it's kind of interesting to see him do well on these tougher patterns.
That's going to be an out of rate. No, it's not. Wow.
6 count for Andrew Barron. We're still trying to figure out how the rake picked that up. It looks like it moved the 8 pin into the 5 slot. So it will stay, and it scored properly.
Yes.
What do you know?
I mean, it counted it as the 3 pin.
Hey. No questions asked, as long as it's scored right. Strike for Alex Horton. Barron gets 3 and finishes with 177 and 207. So 207 with his handicap for game 1. Evan Perkowski already at 207, so he will have the early lead in the 2-game match. Leaves the 10 pin.
Yeah, getting back to Antonio for a second, he was one of the few bowlers when we were here last night bowling on short that was able to get the ball back from like the 2-3 board because he was throwing it so slow. And the cutter was not really playing here last night, even on short.
Oh. Yes, I would agree. Perkowski misses his spare, so it'll be 190, so 235 with his handicap. So he will have a 28-pin lead going into game. To come back to your point about Antonio as he's up for his next shot in the foundation 9th, he comes up high, leaving the 6-7. I would say for the bowlers who bowled in the event, they will tell you that we did a long pattern at Rose Bowl, and the scores seemed fair. I mean, there were some decent scores. But when we came over here last night for the short pattern second squad, it was complete challenge on Broadway. And one thing I noticed, just as a spectator, was the outside part of the lane did not play at all.
What lane did you bowl on? You went on 12, so you went on the wrong lane.
Okay. As I was saying, the pattern last night, the outside went completely straight, and the inside hooked a lot with being a shorter length.
Yes.
So a very very strong kind of over-under situation. So if you put the ball in the right place on the lane, you were fine, but you couldn't miss right and you couldn't miss left, and you paid a penalty heavily if you did that. So to finish this, Antonio's slow ball speed allows him to get the ball wider than most people were throwing the ball last night, and to get it back, as you said. Now Andrew starts the second game on handicap with a 4-9. He did bowl on the wrong lane to start the match, so he had to take it over on the correct lane per our PJBT rules. And he gets 1, so he has 9 in the first. On the scratch side to finish up game 1 of this match, looks like Willer will shoot 183 if he can fill the 10-pin here.
173.
173, I apologize.
It's a little hard for us to see.
Yeah, you're right. Because of the open frame, Willer shoots 173. So both of our tournament leaders on each side will have the lead after game 1 of their 2-game matches. And if that remains, that will be the end of the tournament.
Yes. Alex Horton, strike, first ball in the 10th. He'll be in the 200s. With another strike, he'll be in the 220s. There's the double.
She'd rather be.
All right, 222 for Alex Horton.
222,
He has a
yes.
49-pin lead. After
Correct.
game 1. Antonio starting soft, game 2, lane 9, with a strike.
On the handicap side, Barron gets his first mark of the second game as he started with open opens. Cooley goes open, open, spare.
God bless you.
Thank you. So Barron on the handicap side, trailing by 28 going into the second game, will have to get going. Or Perkowski could potentially put him away early. There he crosses over and gets a double. So he is on his way to doing what he has done all day. And I want to point out for Evan on the handicap side, you know, it's funny, he did not really bowl great. As the tournament leader, he did not bowl great the first 2 games of the tournament today. He only, with his handicap, shot 365 in his first match, but his opponent, the 16 seed, shot 329, and that won him the match. Then from there, he won with
2 game sets of 432, 444, 472. So he's bowled really good ever since those first 2 games. And sometimes that happens with a pattern. On the fresh, you don't bowl so great, but as it breaks down, you bowl better. So I think that's really the case for him here.
Alex crosses over, frame 2, leaves just the 3-pin.
Prokofsky doing what he needs to do. He gets a 7 count, makes a spare. And Horton on the scratch side. I mean, again, dominant performance again. I mean, he led the field and just won all his matches today. Defeated Shane Matthews, Kristen Durr, Ryan Mickiewicz, Logan Chappell were his 4 wins in the winner's bracket to be the remaining winner's bowler.
I mean, similar to Evan, Alex seemed to get stronger as the day went on.
I would agree with that, yes. I would say Alex's closest match, as we talked about, I think, during qualifying off air, was when he bowled Kristen Durr in round 2.
That and Ryan Mickiewicz, both bowlers. Alex missed a spare in the 10th of game 2, which meant Mickiewicz needed to spare in the 10th frame to beat him, and he opened as well.
On 12. Any ball return on 12.
Antonio does not make his baby split. But that's the way this game is. Sometimes you get the breaks go your way, sometimes they don't.
Well, and I'll just say, I mean, yes, obviously we're doing it on a smaller scale with a top 16 bracket, but I'm sure any bowler that has bowled in the USBC Masters will tell you when they take 64 bowlers, realistically, it doesn't matter whether you're number 57 or if you're number 8.
Yeah.
It really comes down to your head-to-head matches, winning your match, and basically, surviving. I'll mention one bowler that I can think of that bowled this past year and had a lot of success at the Masters tournament from Delaware was Tim Foy Jr.
Yeah.
Tim bowled decent during qualifying. I don't recall his exact seeding. I mean, I don't think he was like near the top of the scoreboard. But he won his matches. He kept winning his matches and advancing. And that's the thing. I mean, can a contender in the contenders bracket possibly win the event? Absolutely.
Sure.
But it's a long, long road. It's a long road, especially if you lose in the first round.
Yes.
And I will mention, too, that we've had a bunch of PJBT bowlers. I don't want to miss anybody, but Michael Martell comes to mind. We had a couple of bowlers this past year that were in the USBC Masters Top 64 final. So
Alex got
Yep.
the 9 out.
Horton doing what he has to do. I mean, he is strike, spare strike in the second game. Willer only with 37 in the third, and with Alex having the lead, he's just got to fill frames.
Yes.
Fill frames to take home a second Masters title, back-to-back years, minus COVID. Go ahead.
Another really good PJBT bowler that's doing great out on the tour is Alexis Nair.
Yes.
She was a stone 8 away from making the stepladder yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. She posted it last night.
I did. And the funny thing about that is, as Horton gets a strike and Prokofsky makes his spare, is ironically the girl, Verity Crawley, who qualified 4th, ended up walking the stepladder and winning the tournament.
Yep.
So that's what I mean. A lot of times it comes down to, in bowling, get yourself in. Worry about how you got to get there later, but
Yep.
get in, because as long as you have a chance, you know, anything can happen. Good shot there for Antonio Willer.
Verity was on fire. All 3 of her step ladder games, she shot in the 240s.
Yes, I did see that. And I saw both every match was actually close until the title match. The title match, it was kind of a blowout.
She handled Daria pretty good.
But, Barron gets 8. So Prokofsky has the lead in this second game, and as long as he maintains that lead, it does not look like we're going to have a second match on either side. It looks like we will have champions, wall-to-wall titles today for our number 1 seeds.
Oof. Messenger
Barron,
just missing for Antonio.
Yep, and Barron misses his spare, so that's 4 opens and 6 frames for him. He's at 74 in the 6th. Scratch. And then he did something we've seen a lot of this weekend.
Almost looks like he's after that last open, it seemed like he may have given up a little bit.
Yeah, I think that probably the frustration level's setting in a little bit, knowing that what he needs to make up and that it's, you know, it's going to be a long feed at this point. Well, he does pick up the spare, so the good news is he was on an open, so no harm, no foul with the gutter ball. Let's see what Alex can do here, because, I mean, 2 more strikes, 4 in a row could really put the nail in the coffin.
There's the first.
He gets the first, so that's 3 in a row for him.
Let's not forget, he won the first game by 49. So Antonio would need to win this game by 50. And he's trailing significantly.
Already in game 2.
Yeah.
Scratch Division champion will take home a $1,500 scholarship, and we have a $750 runner-up payday for our Scratch Division. And then in handicap, our $1,000 champion, second place will be $500. And a little bit of hardware too for our winner. Prokofsky goes 6 miss in the 7th frame, 129 in the 7th, 173 with his handicap. Maintains the lead.
So Antonio could shoot 227.
While I was talking, sorry, Alex Horton had another strike, so he's got 4 in a row. Evan Prokofsky with another strike.
So Evan has now shut out Andrew.
And that makes Evan Prokofsky our handicap Masters champion.
Antonio staying in it. So I believe Alex just needs the first one here. I mean, he would have to fall apart dramatically. Crosses over, baby split.
Barron looking for the messenger there in the 9th frame foundation, but leaves the 10 pin. All right, the way these matches are going, I think I'm going to prepare our paperwork for the final awards.
that just about puts the nail in the coffin. That officially puts our nail in the coffin. So Alex Horton will be our champion. So both number 1 seeds skated through the winner's bracket and will take home the titles. Congratulations to both number 1 seeds. Finishing off an awesome year for Alex. He could go. All right, so we're going to fast track this since both of our winners have shut out their opponents. Alright, so Evan shoots .435 with his handicap. And Andrew shoots .378. Alright. 455 for Alex. $354 for Antonio. All right, so we'll give out some hardware, we'll get some pictures, we'll bring them back for some quick interviews, and then we will wrap it up.
Yes. Okay, bowling fans, it's time to give out our final awards for this year's Masters Tournament. Both of our top seeds take home the title. We don't have a second match on either side. Our runner-up finisher in the scratch division, $750 scholarship certificate goes to Antonio Willer.
Antonio Willer, runner-up, coming through the contenders bracket from round one.
And our runner-up finisher in the handicap division, getting a $500 scholarship, goes to Andrew Barron.
Andrew Barron, runner-up in the handicap division. Great job there by Andrew.
Oh, fast. Sweet.
There's not much we can say about our champions. They were both the number one seeds and carried it all the way through today in the bracket. Our champion in scratch receiving a $1,500 scholarship, the certificate and the first place Masters title, and now is a two-time Masters champion back-to-back in 2019 and 2021, goes to Alex Horton.
Alex Horton, your champion once again
Congratulations.
in the Masters.
And our handicap champion receiving a $1,000 scholarship certificate and the first place bowling pin, our top seed all weekend, Evan Prokofsky.
Evan Prokofsky, champion in the handicap division.
All right, we'll send back our winners for a final interview, and then we will be live next weekend from Laurel Lanes in Maple Shade, New Jersey for the $5,000 Best Tournament. Make sure you tune in Sunday afternoon for the finals next Sunday. Our final event before our summer break. All right? Have a great evening, everybody.
All right, let me set up the camera
Winners.
for our interviews.
Get with you guys together with the award, and then later I'll get a picture of the battery or the bracket again. You're welcome. Okay?
Logan.
Get my phone. Yep.
Nice job.
About 3 or 4.
All right, Alex, bring your award back. Evan, get your award. Bring your award back.
Where?
Take it.
I don't want to interrupt their
I'm not gonna worry about it anymore. I feel like
Is there a tournament here next Sunday?
Okay.
all right, perfect. Congratulations, guys. Evan, go right back to Jason. So you're the final winner. Wow. Okay. Awesome. That'll work. Perfect. All I gotta do is write this.
Don't trip over the cord.
Be careful on board, okay.
All right, we are here with our handicap division champion, Evan Prokofsky.
How you doing? Sorry,
Prokofsky?
my hand, Prokofsky, my hands are a little sweaty, sorry.
Joe, by the way.
I was bowling quite a bit.
I've shaken a
Hi,
lot
Joe.
worse in my day.
Yeah?
Let's put it that way. So you led basically wire to wire through yesterday, through the long pattern over at Rose Bowl, through the short pattern here last night, and then through all the way today. What was your key through all three patterns?
The only time I was really doing bad was when I was getting a little negative on myself, and then getting the feelings up high again got me going again, and I was able to do just as good as I did in the first series, and then came back again today.
Got you. So, which pattern did you find the easiest of the three?
What was the first one? Route 66.
First one was Route 66.
I shot that in the 3-man tournament, and I have my personal bet. It was like a 266 there. That was probably my favorite pattern that I've shot in
Got ya.
PJBT so far.
Got ya. And between the short pattern last night and this pattern here today, which one was a little more difficult for you?
The short pattern.
The short
for me.
pattern. That's pretty much to be expected. So how many years have you been bowling?
Well, I've been bowling since I was 3.
3.
Yeah.
That's
It's been
it's
quite
been a little while.
13 years.
13
Pushing
years.
14.
So are we going to see you a little more often now?
I'm hoping to come out to these a lot more.
Good.
This has been fun. Even just coming to the 3 of these has been
Yep.
a lot of fun.
Very good. Very good. There's somebody to my 2 o'clock that's filming this. Who would that be?
That would be my crazy mother.
Crazy mother. I have a crazy sister, so
You have a
I know what
crazy
that's
sister?
like. Yeah, I know what that's like. Does she have a name besides? Is we just know her as mother or mom?
Kelly Prokosky. Hi, Mom.
Prokosky. I my grandfather was Prokowski, so
There's a Prokowski from Freeland too. We knew Prokowskis and we're the Prokowskis, and
Yes.
then Sorowskis as well.
you could have brought me some pierogies or some halupkis or something, you know. Yeah, I got
We'll have to
Polish.
remember that next
I got
time.
Polish blood in me.
A Polish blood, yep.
So who do you want to thank for this victory?
Well, obviously, I would like to thank my family again. I have some people watching at home. I don't know who exactly. I know it's my grandparents and my aunt at least. Rob Barron, he brought me here. Me and Andrew have been buddies throughout this tournament. They were both helping me go through the days. It was going pretty well.
Who drills your stuff?
Who drills my stuff? TJ.
TJ.
Yeah.
TJ Trout.
Yes.
Yeah, up at Strike Zone.
Yes.
Got ya. We know TJ quite
We
well.
know- we know
He's a
TJ.
good guy. Good job there, TJ. All right, taking home the first place prize in the handicap division. Hopefully, we'll see him a lot more next year. Hopefully, they bring me some food,
Some pierogies
As
some
well?
halushki, yep.
homemade pierogies, preferably. Don't buy me Mrs. T's, please. You can buy the pierogies at some church. There's got to be churches that
Oh,
sell them.
our church does that from time to time.
There we go. I'm in.
He's in.
I'm in. Evan Pekoski, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, let's bring in Alex. And you tripped on it anyway. Scratch Division champion, taking home the $1,500 first place prize. Alex Horton, congratulations.
Thank
Last
you.
time you sat next to me, I said, we've done this a few times this year, and I'm
Yeah.
running out of questions to ask you. So I'm still running out of questions to ask you. So let's start with today. I guess the best way to say this, if we're going to be honest, sometimes it's better to be a little lucky than good.
Oh yeah.
I'd prefer to be lucky than good. You survived a couple very close matches. What was your key to bowling on this beaten path?
Yeah, well, I got lucky, to be honest, every match because my opponent had a chance to win, and I kind of got a gift. So we'll start there. But I would say in the beginning, I was trying to throw urethane, kind of play straighter, kind of control the lane, and the score started opening up, especially towards the lower end. And so I figured that at some point I would have to get out of urethane. So I eventually went to reactive. I went to Zenith, which is a strong ball, and kind of got in, tried to find a little bit of hold, and find an area where I could get comfortable from there. So,
Got ya. I mean, you certainly got stronger as the day went on. And once you were able to switch to reactive, your game really came to you. So let's talk about yesterday. How did you attack Route 66, and how did you attack Broadway?
So Route 66, that was the other house, right?
Yes, that was out at Rose
so
Bowl.
I threw the Zenith yesterday as well. I hit it with the fresh 500 and just kind of controlled the lane, and because that ball kind of reads it early, so and then it just did all the work at that house. And then we came here, I figured I did all the work early, so I just had to kind of maintain. So
Right.
I was throwing the new purple hammer actually during the short pattern here, and just kind of kept it around the pocket, of course. And the scores were low, so I was just trying to stay up there as best I could. So,
Got ya.
yeah.
So maybe you'll be sitting here again with me next week.
Definitely, that's the goal. That's the goal.
That would be the goal. So after that, what are you going to do for the summer before you head off to college?
There'll be a lot of bowling.
A lot of bowling.
Team Masters, Junior Gold,
Yep.
practicing, working on my spares. So always got things to improve on. But
Yep.
yeah, definitely.
Yep. All right. So who we thanking for this victory? We'll start with the person that drills your bowling equipment.
Well, actually, Bill Bauer drills my bowling equipment at Limerick. Yeah.
Okay.
But I always have to thank Lee and Krista for all they do at Bowler X for me.
Yep.
Dave Watka, he with Ebonite and Brunswick and all they do, and providing me with equipment. I have to thank them. And last, I gotta thank my dad for bringing me to another tournament. So
Yeah. All smiles over there. All right, taking home. Boy, I'd have to sit here and think about how much you won this year. It's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely.
you're-
With this one, this was a good one to win. Definitely.
Paying off a lot of books this year.
Yeah.
All right, taking home the first place prize in the $1,500, Mr. Alex Horton.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we'll bring Matt in and we'll wrap this up.
Okay.
All right, so our official PJBT schedule is done.
It is, and we want to thank everybody for bowling the Masters tournament again this season. A great event, and we'll be live next Sunday afternoon from the finals of the Best Tournament from Maple Shade, New Jersey at Laurel Lane, so make sure you tune in. They'll be bowling for $5,000 next Sunday at our big event, and we're happy to have it back again. Been off. It's been 2 years since we had it, so
Yes.
we'll be looking forward to it, and we'll see you then.
All right, for all of us here as a Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour, you're going to have fun this week.
I am.
I'm going to work, as always. We'll see you next week from New Jersey.
See you, everybody.
Bye-bye.